Hey, it's me, Matthew Horton again. Some things I forgot to mention with the dying and the cheating stuff. Thing is with the dying part is that God has to see a person die painfully, but he can't always stop a person from dying painfully. Then people say that thing about, oh, this person was such a good person. Why they had to die in such a tragic way? This is not fair. Why they have to go like that? What you're failing to understand is the human body will suffer no matter what happens to it. The human body will always suffer because it's human and it's a body and it's made to suffer. Like it's made to feel happiness, it's made to feel pain, it's made to feel joy, it's made to feel sadness, it's made to feel healing, it's made to feel hurt. And unfortunately, to say sometimes death is not always fair in the way you think it should be. Like, just because someone is a good person does not mean they're gonna die in a peaceful way. How you live does not always how you say how you live doesn't always have anything to do with how you die or how you pass. You can be a good-hearted person and get hit by a car. You can be a good-hearted person and get shot, get ran over by, I don't know, anything. How you live does not always dictate your passing. It does not, it does not, it does not. But I get people say that because they think if you live a peaceful life, you're supposed to pass peacefully, which I do agree with, but it ain't always that way. And the other part to the cheating thing is, oh yeah, when God sees you when God sees you, cheating on the person he's son to you, only thing he's like, this person is not ready. I have to see what's going on here because this is not right. You prayed to me for somebody and you promised me something and you're not holding up your end of what you promised me. Now this person's gonna look at me like I'm crazy, like I didn't know who I was sending to him. It's just everybody's not ready to be with one person. It's sad, but it's true. Oh yeah, and the dying situation again. Don't think just because you are going to pass that everyone is going to, you know, cry at your funeral. They won't. Don't think because you're going to pass, people are always going to feel sympathy for you. They won't. The thing is, death is supposed to bring people together and teach people how to love each other, teach people how to value life. That don't always happen. Death's supposed to teach people to, how to forgive, how to let go, how to understand, how to love. It does not do that. The one thing death has no control over is you. Meaning, you can be about to die and be an evil person forever. God will let it go. He'll forgive you. You just have to be willing to do better. There's a lot of people on their deathbed like, oh, I'm so scared. Is God real? Is God gonna send me to hell? Is God gonna judge me severely and punish me? He's gonna judge you, just not severely. He's not gonna punish you. You punish yourself by how you live and the stuff you don't let go of. Hell is just a state of suffering through pain and guilt and agony and stress and horror. So, yeah. And what was the last thing? Oh, yeah. God doesn't want people thinking that He's not there in that person's time of need because He's the one who tells them when it's their time to go. And yes, and just to explain to you what a coma is, just so people always want to know this, a coma is a state of life and death, meaning that person's spirit is in a balance, means their body is here, but their spirit is with Jesus. And the reason why that person goes into a coma is because They're deciding on whether or not they want to come back to earth. And Jesus is saying to them, I'm going to show you this. Here's the people that care about you. Here are the people that do not. This is what you're going back to. This is the world that you live in. This is heaven. Do you want to go back? And while that person is up in the heavens making up their mind, their body's down here being what you call in a state of limbo. And every time that person wakes back up out the coma, it's because they decided to come back. When they fall back into the coma, it's because they're talking to Jesus. When they come back out the coma, they woke up from it because they got them talking to him. When they go back in the coma, they're talking to Jesus. Come out of it, it's like they're making their mind up as to whether or not they want to be in this world or not. And comas usually happen from a person who goes to the spiritual world, but it's tough on them to decide whether or not to come back to this body and have to suffer and deal with earthly problems. And yeah, comas are sad, but that person's just in the spirit realm talking to God and trying to decide whether or not is this life worth coming back to. And all the people sitting around you crying, Jesus is showing this person, these people care about you. These people are having a hard time trying to. These people don't. And there's people that want you to come back for their own selfish purposes. There's people that want you to come back because they care. Then people think that life support keeps you alive. No, God does. Life support's a machine. Machines don't keep humans alive at day. Believe me, the minute God says your heart's to stop, your heart's stopping. The minute God says your brain is to cease function, it's ceasing function, period. No machine is keeping you alive. None. I don't care how much money you got. Money's not keeping you alive. When God says it's your time, it's your time. You can choose to say, God, I'm not ready. He'll be like, okay. Then he'll just give you time to be ready. He's not going to rush, but eventually he wants to bring you to peace. So, yeah. That's what a coma is. This is a spiritual decision whether or not to come back to this world. People go to comas because they don't, basically, a coma is like the word comma. It's the point of you putting that dot right there to finish the sentence or end your life. You're basically deciding whether or not to put that put that period there, end it, or keep it going. That's what it is, believe it or not. That's what it is. So, yeah. And, oh, yes, also, God has to foresee the bad things that people go through on earth. He doesn't like foreseeing it because, he gets not tired, but he gets very just pitied over his creation not trying to do better. And he has to foresee people and their demise, has to foresee people going through hard times. He has to foresee bad things happening to people, even the good people. He doesn't like to see it happen, but it does. God has to foresee a lot of darkness people don't know about. God has to foresee a lot of things he doesn't want to see, but since he's God, he has to see it. He has no other choice. I mean, he could block it out, but he chooses not to because he loves mankind too much. And just to explain it to you, God's never going to end the world. He's not going to destroy it. There's a reason why he calls this planet Earth, because you spell Earth backwards, it spells heart. Don't believe me? Take the H off the front and put it in the back. I'm sorry, take the H off the, you know how the word Earth is spelled Earth. Take the H from in the back of the T and put it in front of the E. You get heart. And plus, this is Mother Earth's womb we're living in, so he's not gonna destroy what man's pretty much destroying, but he never will. He never planned on it. So if someone tells you the world's gonna end, that's because they want to make money off of you and put fear in you and the church wants to make money off you. And just to get this out the way, when the Bible said that before Jesus come back, there's going to be a great falling away of the church, that's not technically what it meant. What it meant was simply, he's going to take people out the church and show them the truth. The great falling away represents people who choose to follow him and not a building full of misguided pastors that lie to you for money. Great falling away just means he's teaching you on his own, not the church. And also, what was the other thing? Yeah, the part in the Bible that says, birds have their nests, foxes have their dens, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. That simply means when Jesus got here, he knew he had no place on earth to stay, and he knew he wasn't going to be down here but so long. And he knew eventually he was going to get murdered, so he was just basically saying, animals got their place down here. I don't. I'm not going to be down here forever, so I'm going to just do what I got to do, try to fix what I can fix, and if it don't last, then I'm going back to the Father. But a lot of people don't know this. When Jesus passed from the cross, he didn't go back to the heavens. He went to hell. A lot of people don't know that. Jesus went to hell. Why? For one particular reason. He had to understand why man killed him. Understanding is the Heavenly Father's biggest priority with man, other than forgiveness, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Understanding. Yes, Jesus went to hell. So did Buddha, Confucius, but Buddha's in heaven, Confucius is in heaven. Buddha had to go to hell to go to the catacombs, which people don't know are just the place where God sends you to pretty much correct your errors that you didn't correct on earth. Catacombs means gigantic grave. Down there you see the wrongs you did on earth, like you go into different rooms and then the room turns into the vision of the thing or the person that you didn't make right. The longer you take to correct the situation, the longer you stay down there. Once you correct it, you move on to the next room. Depends on how many things you have to correct. Depends on how long you're down there. And Buddha and Confucius had to go through that. No one knows that. Jesus had to go through that. Yeah, there's a lot of things people don't know. That's why I'm getting it out to you, so you know. And there was actually one point when all mankind had to go through the catacombs, but then Jesus went through it, seen what happens. He went back to the Father, said, Heavenly Father, there's no reason why you should make your true followers who are already suffering on earth go through the catacombs. He said you should just make it for those people who do wrong but need to fix their wrongs. And Heavenly Father said, okay, I'll do that. So get it right on earth so you don't have to go through them catacombs and deal with it. Where you don't have to put yourself in hell so you can torture yourself with the fact that you didn't let stuff go, or you didn't conquer stuff, or you didn't forgive stuff. So just want to put that out there. And just want to say, lastly, stop telling people they're going to hell. God does not send people to hell. He never did. He never will, and he don't want to. The Bible cannot tell you where you're going. It's a book. It has never been to hell. It's never been to heaven. Man wrote that. Man tells you where they think you're going to go, although man don't know anything. People who God has allowed people to see the afterlife, they come back, try to tell people, and then people say they're crazy. It's one thing about man. Can't tell man nothing. Man got to see things for themselves, and a lot of the time, even when man sees stuff, man will still dismiss it, say, I'm tripping. That's why even if God showed himself to man, man probably wouldn't believe it, except those who are ready. Everyone has a different time when they're ready to accept God and the truth. Some people's a teeter-totter, some people's a seesaw. Everyone has a different time when they're ready. But yeah, I'm out.